What's up and welcome to Nacho's Cafe. This is your boy Will, aka Nacho, and today is Talk About It Tuesday, where me and a guest will sit and talk about it, whatever it is, and that's what we'll be talking about. You ready? Today I have my returning guest and friend, Corey, aka Old Boy, who I call that. But today we're gonna just touch on just a few little personal things, and yeah. So, anyways, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm great.
I know we left off short on our last one. So
Hey, but that's all right, because
we didn't get into the juiciness of everything that's.
We
going
got
on.
a lot of in-depth stuff that we always can talk about. Let's just dive into a little bit of stuff. Okay, so first of all. We were gonna talk about a little bit of the whole protesting, but not necessarily the protesting, the matter in America right now.
Yeah.
And so, what are your thoughts on that?
So which part? Because I know
there's a lot. So I mean,
there's like several.
There's the Black Lives, there's the cages, there is fighting for basically, not just it's gay rights are gay rights, but the transsexuals, they're attacking on that because they're also human beings as well. So I mean, let's just stop on one, and let's talk about Black Lives first.
Okay.
All of that, but what are your thoughts on just like what's going on, like how we're handling the issue?
So as a nation, I think we're handling it beyond terribly. I mean, I think everybody's divided. There's no real, middle ground or common ground that people can agree on because everyone's so opinionated about that. And the people who it truly is affecting are the people that should be, they should have their respects on that.
Right.
And along with the Black Lives Matter movement, absolutely. But the people that bash that and then try to take away from that or try to make it bigger than what it is, I think that's the wrong part. You know what I mean? It's like, to me, it's all lives matter, and yes, Black Lives Matter. That's the focal point of this, but people need to be supporting each other, not tearing each other apart, not like nitpicking on certain things and comparing, statistics of like the whites and the Asians and the blacks and this and that. We're all a people.
Yeah.
And it's shitty that this happens, especially from the police department, because I know plenty of cops and police that are out there, and they're some of the best people I know.
Yeah.
So not all of them are bad.
Yeah.
It's just you have bad ones that slip through the cracks. So something about that system that they're creating in the police force, they need to revamp it and redo it because it's not working out. Because this isn't the first time, this isn't the second time, this has happened a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And if you compare us to all the other countries and stuff in the world, we're far ahead of like how many times this happens.
Yeah.
And they keep getting away with it. And it's still okay. And it's escalated to this point now to where it caused us to like regress and have pretty much like a civil war with each other. And it's like, I get that like the police, there are bad police, but they're not the focal point of this. It's the system. The system needs to change. Because there are good police out there that care about the people that want to do their job. But it's like for every one bad cop that there is, it makes all of them look bad. It's the same thing in the military. If you have one, sailor, soldier, Marine, Army, whatever that does something bad, you make the whole branch as a whole look bad. So, yeah, I think it's terrible. Rest in peace, George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, all them, and justice does need to be served.
Yeah.
But it needs to be at a higher power because, we're doing everything that we can. And in a sense, we're getting backlash for that. And it's only creating more negativity and more hate. What I do appreciate is I do see the unity aspect of it. Different communities are coming together, black, white, all colors, you know what I mean? Yeah. And they're supporting each other. I see, stickers on cars, the Black Lives Matter, people wearing shirts and they're not African American, they're white or they're Asian or they're Mexican. And I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's what America should be. That's what America is.
Yeah.
That's us. It's the unity aspect.
Yeah.
So.
The unity is a big word because I had a guest on my last season and we were touching on the word all, and we got into controversy, not me and him, but I he broke it down to understanding, because when we say all, it's all in our own eye, what we deem is all. And so
Exactly.
when we hear the word united, that takes away the word all, and it that creates every single person is united. And so that educate, because I first I was like, yeah, all lives matter, but then there's like all lives will matter until Black Lives Matter. And I've actually, during that time, I did a lot of research. I watched a lot of things, and I was heartbroken because I know we were brought over and did the struggle, but I'm not gonna go all in depth into that. But there was a lot of effed up stuff till we were seen as humans, and I'm human, and I didn't go through that, thank God. You know, but one of the things that I will share, I haven't shared it with the public yet, but I'll take this moment to do it now, is that I actually went through something just recently. I was visiting a friend of mine, and we were just, I was at his place watching, TV or whatever. On my way, I'm leaving, and I'm walking up the hill, and there's two, I thought they were security guards, but they're actually police officers.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, hey, 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 stop. And I'm like, okay, what's up? I turn around and say, hey, what's going on? And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm just leaving my friend's place. I just watched, a show, and I'm heading home. Why? What's up? Well, we got a complaint, a domestic disturbance. So I'm like, well, I wasn't disturbing nobody. I'm sitting inside, so your deal. Like, I'm not the one you're looking for, obviously. I'm like, well, you fit the description. And I'm like, well, what's the description? And so the officer, and mind you, it doesn't matter what color you are behind the blue uniform, you're blue.
Yeah.
And that's, a choice. So they don't see, they'll do whatever they feel, whatever. But he looked up and down at me, and he said black hat and gray pants. And I'm just like, well, first of all, you obviously don't know anything about fashion, because this is plaid. I was like, because these ain't gray. This is black and white, all striped up, squared off. This is plaid. Well, they look gray. I'm like, well, they're not. And I'm not your guy. And so it's just funny to me that he stopped at black cap and gray pants.
Yeah.
What else? And obviously, because I've told the story to a few others, and they were like, well, because they're protecting themselves for not saying the obvious.
But see, that's the exact thing that I'm talking about, is like, it's become an abuse of power.
Mm-hmm.
When you wear that uniform, you take an oath. It's the same for it's all of us. It's the same thing. You're sworn to, like, protect and hold yourself in a courteous and respectable way. Yes, you challenge certain people when needed, but, like, if there's no justified reason, you don't need to go on and be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
And, like, and in that case, that's unnecessary, because it's an abuse of power, or it hurts your ego because you're in the wrong, and there's no, like, just having humility and accepting and saying, okay, that. And with that, it's like, it's because of that, it's turned into, like, the blue lives matter versus the black lives matter, of, like,
now, to me personally, that to me is dumb, like, because blue lives is a choice. You can't choose to be black. You can't choose to be white. You can't choose to be.
But I don't see why it even has to get.
Right. Yeah. That doesn't make. Yeah. Like, I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense.
So
it's how you carry and represent yourself.
Those police that are out there and they know who they are, they're a shame and a disgrace. They should take the uniform off, because they're dishonoring everyone else that wants to do it and help people. Because there's all kinds of police that are out there that are all ethnicities.
Yeah.
And there's ones that it doesn't even cross their mind what color your skin is, and it shouldn't. That's what, to me, every person in this country should not matter off what, the color of your skin is. And that's why I feel like, at what point in our time, in our life, or whatever, is it going to get to where when something happens, the first thing that they jump to is not about race or color or whatever? Like, why can't it just be like, this person, this human? Now, if it's racially fueled, then that's different. Like that, you can completely see that. Like I think with what happened with George Floyd, and then you go back and you do the research on who that guy was, and you're like, oh, okay, point blank, period. This guy was, like, clearly,
he's this person.
Come on, it's not like he had all the red flags saying such. So that one, I completely see that. But, like, had it just been an act, now in that situation, poor training. That right there is what I'm saying. It shows they don't have the correct training to do that. Because me, someone that knows that, has done that before and had to like actually use that in situations, you know, not to do that on that position on his body for that long of a time with your buddies around you watching and not saying anything and no one intervening. That was on so many levels. That was just a complete catastrophe.
He's yelling and everything like that.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, it's like,
I don't know if like you just you go dark and you just are tunnel vision, but there still should be more people around you that can help and step in, and that just shows like complete lack of training. You know what I mean?
No, a lot of the videos that I've seen too is, I guess, where it comes to when it is a race thing, and where you watch these videos who have done harsher crimes, who are non-black, and they get set down on a curb and get water for shooting a bunch of people at a church.
That pisses me off.
They get a bulletproof vest. Who's attacking them? They're the one doing the attacking.
Yeah, it's not fair.
And it's like, but this black guy who gets a knee, this black girl sleeping gets shot.
Completely innocent,
and so
unarmed.
many more, you know, but it's just like, when, like, so we're not seeing just the same, even though we're not blowing up church, going to schools and shooting them up. You know, I mean, if
they're able to walk off, it's not okay.
It's really sad. Or they'll be try to be psychotic and they need some help. You know, it's okay. Here's some water. You're probably having a meltdown. We all have a meltdown. We are all human beings. We all have our breaking points. We all have those moments. Whatever. I'm not gonna go shooting, but still, we're all human beings. And I think that it looks over. Yes, maybe black people, we look threatening. I don't know. But there's a lot of other people.
I've seen some pretty threatening, you know, like. Me myself, I've always said.
But like, you've seen. I'm just because when we're from.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there's a lot of threatening individuals. Period. Yeah. You know, it don't matter if you're white. Like, oh, he's gonna burn my house down. Was our normal. That Mexican, don't look at that Mexican over there. He's gonna jump. All shorts, high top, little socks and everything to your knees. I'm like, don't look at him. What's up, homie? Like, nothing, man. You know, nothing.
Oh, yeah, that's real, man. Don't press
you know, so that's
going to 7-Eleven trying to buy a freaking Gatorade. Like, come on. Like, where you going? 7-Eleven, man. I'm thirsty. It's hot. Free Slurpee day.
What's good, blood? I'm like, oh shit, I shouldn't wear red. Yeah. You know, so it's like, I mean, growing up in that area, it's like, you know, it's one thing, but like, you can't even go jogging in the morning and then you get chased and then gunned down just because you look like you're stealing. And we don't even put burnt crosses in your yard. You know, like, it's just a lot of ignorance to me.
Yeah.
A lot of ignorance out there that has always been for so long. And I found out, and people can call me dumb all you want, but when I finally found out public officials were actually created after they ended the slavery because to protect them from black people. Because they were scared of the wrong that they did, whipping them and raping and killing their babies. They created the public officials to protect them from the black slaves because they were scared karma. They were scared of karma. And now the world is your karma. So it's like, I think you need to reevaluate the system. You need to retrain, go through some psychology.
Absolutely.
Do some background checks. I mean, thoroughly. Yes. I mean, thoroughly.
But follow on trainings, follow on checkups. Like, I mean,
and do it all the time. Like, for my job, we always do like harassment training.
Yep.
Like every 6 months. I think every 6 months. So I'm not saying that you guys don't, because I do not know. And I'm not saying all police officers are bad. I know quite a few good ones. When I was in Arizona, and one thing I forgot to leave out, the police officers that questioned me this time was a light-skinned black guy and a Filipino. Okay? So color is nothing, because when I was pulled over in Arizona, and they had the right to pull me over because I was, forgot to turn my signal on, and I had a DUI, but thank God it got dismissed. They were white, and they were so kind. I was the rowdy one. I was like, why are you pulling me over? Blah, blah, blah. And they're complimenting me because my hair was like that little big old,
Yeah.
And then I had boots. And I guess I was looking stylish. And they were like, oh my gosh, your boots. Wow. How did you get your hair? See, like, so it's like, yes. And they were so kind. I was the rude one. They could have threw me down and did that. But maybe it's because it's Arizona and they're more after Hispanics. I don't know if that was the case. I don't know. But I received very well respect. I didn't like the guy giving me a needle, and I gave him a hard time, but he told me, he was trained. I just would like to see that same respect
across.
Yeah, and for me being black, I was the one being kind of aggressive. Hey, And I'm just saying we need to kind of chill down. I think all of us need to chill down. But there are I'm gonna get a shirt called "Not Today, Karen." But
yes, make that too.
Yeah, because there's a lot of that going on, and where they exercise their privilege, and do not say get out of our country, because all honesty, that means you need to get out too.
Thank you.
That's exactly. I was gonna say you need to go too, because you came here and stole and poisoned and killed the natives that were. This is their land.
The way that I look at that is, anybody should be welcome to this country if they're going to make a positive difference and change. Because that's, to me, that's the America that's
united.
That I believe in. It's like it's a melting pot for everyone to be whoever they want to be, land of the free.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, it's at what point is it going to get equal? It's 2020. You know what I mean? I feel like we're going back in time. And
this is an evaluation year, man.
Like the fact that racism is still a thing in 2020, and we've done all this thing, like the LGBTQ community, how they're still affected by all that. It's like, at what point is all this just going to be like, let people be who they want to be? Yeah. Let them live their life. If it's not doing anything to harm you or hurt you, however you feel internally, you need to work that out with yourself, because the person that has the problem is you. That's right. It's not them, just because of how you feel. Like, God makes everyone how they are, and they're free to be who they want to be. So if that doesn't fit into your mold, you're not the only person in this world. You know what I mean? And not everything's going to be how you want it to be. So you need to learn to adapt and love and live. And that's the biggest thing. It's like everyone's just struggling with that.
Love is the cure. You want to kill, you got to kill everything with kindness. And you really do. I mean, there's some peaceful protesting out there. It's effed up when they're being trampled over. That's really effed up.
I mean, I support that fully. Yeah. Like, that's your right to be out there and protest something that is wrong with the system. Like, by all means, you should be doing that. But when I see the police force in full armor, like battle armor out there, and you have unarmed, peaceful protesters not doing anything, getting shot by beanbags and hit with batons, that's, and what we call a scale of force, that's a level 4 scale of force. Yeah. Matching someone who's not aggressive. They're not an opponent. They're not doing anything. So why are you causing them harm?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we would never do that. The military, that's why if you see National Guard, they're not out there shooting and beating people, but who is? The police. It's that system is wrong, because there's something about their training. It's like, I could beat that horse dead all day. It's just like, they need to fix that. That's
Have you ever seen or witnessed the training there, and then compared to you, like in yours, what you're in? So like comparing that to like the police official with military, Marines, and all that. Because for me, with military and Marines and all of them, it's all, you guys are all one. Mm-hmm. There is no color. From what I've witnessed and from what I see.
Our uniform and the flag is the color. That's how we look at it. You know what I mean? Like, we're all of the one people. But definitely, like, there's times where different police will train with us. But see, so there's different levels in that. Now, when you get to like the SWAT level and higher up, those are people that have been doing it. They've had follow-on training. A lot of that is militarized.
Oh, okay.
So usually they've had to pass a more rigorous process. But the basic, like, general population of police, the difference that we notice when they train with us, or, there's courses and classes, is there's kind of an ego with them that they feel it's almost like an entitlement, or they feel like because they have that badge, it's, they're allowed to do certain things. Whereas us, we're not trained like that. It's like, you use this if you need, because we have what's called rules of engagement.
Right.
So I don't know how it is with them, but they always approach, I can't speak for all of them, but there are definitely few that feel like, they know more, or they're questioning. They have like a different kind of questioning attitude, that like the training that they've been given is how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then why are you here training with us?
Right.
You know what I mean? We're trying to help you guys out. So
yeah,
it's definitely different in the way that the military gets the training and the police. I mean, I can only speak from my side of the house, but
I just watched.
Definitely more psychological.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Like I've observed, just the discipline that is really, really pushed into.
It takes a lot of restraint. Yeah, that's for sure. Which they seem to lack a lot of. So.
Yeah, and you see it.
Yeah.
I feel like the respect is out the door. There's cliques within cliques, in a sense. It's like having a small church. And then you have dirty.
Yeah, cliques. I mean, you have people with their own motives. And
this is why I joined. and you got background checks. Like sometimes a lot of them, you look back. I mean, the police guy knew George Floyd. They used to work together.
See,
So it's like it's just
conflict
really
of interest. I mean,
yeah, and it's just really sad. You know, if you had a vendetta or why are you I don't know I don't know how you can evaluate that, but that would have to come into having therapy, training, and just see if you're really suitable, because you need to put all your personal opinions away.
that's exactly what it is. The,
You know?
the problem lies with the person. It doesn't lie. Well, and the
in
system.
the
like I
system
said,
too, but
so I mean, I definitely support the police, the good police, and when I say police, I mean the good-hearted people that swore under oath and know what they're doing. Because I feel like, imagine us in a world without police.
right.
Like, that would be scary.
That would
but
be
the
scary.
fact that we have police now and that is scary.
Yeah.
That people are saying like, just remove them. I mean, you're from one extreme to another. It's like, something has to.
Now, are
that.
you all for this defunding?
No, absolutely not, because we need the police.
We do.
And, I mean, let's say if someone broke into your house and was raping your child and killing you, who are you gonna call? You call them like, oh, well, there's no more police force.
Right.
So if that's the case, then every citizen would have to know, like, hey, you're gonna have to just handle your own if something happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's, some people are not okay with that. They want to know that there's that force out there to take care of it.
Yeah.
It's like I say, the problem just lies with the system.
There has to be a whole re-education or retraining. I mean, re-educate, retrain. You don't have to be defunding. If you're gonna have that money that you get, put that where you need to be evaluated. You need to learn how to speak to everybody.
So, I had talked to someone about this, and they said there's a reason why. Now, all government aside, like leave the government out of it. There's a reason why our military is the best military in the world, and people know that. There's also a reason why our police force in America is the worst. Pretty much, if you, I wouldn't say the worst, but it's definitely not the best. If you compare it to other, places
out
like,
there in the country,
like Poland or Britain or whatever, like they have their stuff together.
Yeah.
France, whatever. You don't see this kind of brutality happening, and they have all kinds of colors over there too as well. So it's just something about that.
I've seen it more. I've seen like my kind more embraced in other countries than home.
Which is sad, because America's definitely. You go to another country and
they're happy, like,
they welcome you here. It's like, ugh.
Like, ugh, this black.
Like, oh, yeah, you're not from the city. We can tell you're an outsider. It's like, so what, dude? Get over your ego.
Then we wouldn't be called the United States if we only had just one color, one people. You say one people under God, but you're not really walking that. Yeah, you're just talking.
The problem lies with the person.
Right.
Like that, to me, that's where it stems and where it starts.
Yeah. And my thing is that, and this is everybody. Because a lot of us say what we want. A lot of us act out because we're hurt, And my thing is, the looting, but that wasn't part of the protesting. There was a big thing. People were trying to think, saying it is no. That's one thing. Those are people taking advantage of a situation. Also, that stuff is replaceable, not a life. I'm like, oh, why? Yeah. Like, I don't. Hey, when you got so much built up from history, I mean, you're gonna tell me that you want to act that way. Like, let's say they put the knee to your wife or your kid. You're gonna tell me you're not gonna.
Oh,
you're gonna be like, I'm like, oh hell, this is what I trained for. I'm going down.
See, I couldn't tell you how I would react in that moment.
Exactly, because we don't know. So reacting with a lot of boiled up. You're gonna tell me you're not gonna fight, even if you're not gunning down or you're not gonna protest. You're gonna tell me you're not gonna fight.
That's what we should be, and we are doing. I think fighting, but you can fight peacefully.
Yeah.
You don't have, violence doesn't have to.
And you could see, you saw the looting stopped. Mm-hmm. It stopped, and then you saw.
And why was that? Because the people that were out there peacefully protesting for the right reasons were. I don't know if you've seen the videos, but they were stopping those.
Yeah, and with the police, they were like walking together.
Which I was like, yes, that's what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm talking about. That's the walk that should be walking. You had the police patrolling, making sure they're marching where they can, make sure there's no cars coming. I've seen that up in Escondido. I remember seeing like a video. They're like escorting. And I just love it. And seeing the police there, like it warms my
right there
heart.
Gives me hope. That's what I know. Like, see at the fundamental, like when you strip away all that BS. Yeah. That's who we are.
Yeah, I don't
that coming
know.
Well, that aspect,
I don't know about that, but I don't know if we really have. I think there's some, but I don't know if we really have that big problem here in California. as much.
Probably,
I mean, it's
spread
probably
out,
minute,
so, yeah.
like Redlands.
Yeah.
But you
Just
know,
saying.
I'm just but like I just feel like there's certain areas or there's certain people that you just can't take that out of. And I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
You're scared of what you don't understand, or you were wronged by one black person. Therefore, all black people are that way. And I feel like us as a people, we got to move on from that because you can't punish everybody because of one sin from this person that looks that way.
I mean, so from me, my standpoint, I can't understand that because so people always classify me as white or this and that, but I'm not. Like, I mean, I am white, but I'm Mexican and I'm Native American. I'm mixed, right? I'm a mutt. I've always been an outsider.
Yeah.
I've never pertained to any one, class or whatever.
Yeah.
So, if I could tell you, if all the people that have wronged me in my life and I harbored hate towards them, I would probably be an evil, sick person. But I'm like, that's not who I am because that's, I guess, that mentality thing that I want to try to like help people understand is like, look, not everyone is like that one person. You're giving them the power over you. You have that power to dictate your life and the outcome and what you want. So use that as an experience.
Yeah.
Learn from that. Don't try to seek revenge. I mean, given, like you had said with the whole thing, like if something happened to my wife or my daughter, I don't know how I would react, honestly. Because that's a passion type thing. I would try to have restraint.
Yeah.
And something like that was when it affects just you directly, you be the bigger person, be the better person. I know it's easier said than done.
Of course.
But,
yeah. But the thing is also that needs to be understood. Some people don't think about it.
Mm-hmm.
They respond in action immediately. They blow up.
Some
people don't know how to recollect and think about this,
Mm-hmm.
And there are a lot of people with that uniform on that has that same mentality who
Absolutely.
they don't even think about it. They just go, not like that drunk guy.
Yeah.
Who, and then got shot. He's drunk. He's already outside. Just tackle him lightly. Just handcuff him. What happened?
That's what. And like I go back to that escalation of force. You have multiple.
Yeah.
You have a baton. You have OC spray. You have a taser. He's unarmed, right? Like, I mean, what makes you resort to the highest level of force? Like, did your life really feel threatened at that moment? That shows me the lack of training that they have. That they can't utilize these different steps because they get so tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't see us do that.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. It's just like it's a different type of training that you have.
Right. And my thing is, I just hope that it really changes because, and I'm not threatening. I'm not threatening at all. But you have not seen if blacks were to, or even I'm gonna say the majorities, people who are let's say white, let's just say, because there's a lot of us majorities than there are of them. Just saying. And there's a lot of y'all that really like a lot of us. So I'm not gonna but what I'm saying is like you haven't even seen the nasty. Mm-hmm. You're acting like this nasty exists. There's nasty there, but it's underneath. But if they were to rise up, it'd be completely over. I mean, you haven't seen no Black Panthers. You haven't seen the gangs. I mean, we are trying to do things peacefully. And I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I mean if you're trying to create a war in our own country, you're going to get it.
They're on the right path, I'll tell you that. Because it's like, that's the scary part is our focus needs to be elsewhere.
Yeah.
But it's so like us just ripping
healing.
Apart
That's what
right
we need
now,
to be doing.
When, I mean, everyone is probably looking at us from the outside in right now. Like, for one, we would be an easy target if we were to get attacked by someone and go to war, which God forbid, hopefully that doesn't happen. But we're literally destroying ourselves, and some of us see that, some of us don't. But at the end of the day, I feel like I had said with the curtain thing, right? You have, when you open that curtain, you're letting light in. When you close it, you're letting you're keeping the light out.
Yeah.
So hopefully there's more people on the right side of the curtain gonna let that light in.
Yeah.
To affect that change, because if one person can, change their ways, and I get it, like not everyone has the same mentality as someone who may think that. But if you can be that person to help that, like, initiate that spark and help show them and guide them along, the right way or whatever, and help them see it in a different light, then there you go. You change the percent up just that much more. And that person may affect another person and so on. So that
it
ripple
warms
effect.
my heart. It warms my heart when I do see because I remember for my birthday. Not gonna go in depth with it, but it was nice to see on videos. God, it was so hard to like. It was like me being addicted to it and then getting all upset because it really made me angry. But I was watching how a lot of the police officers they were standing there hand in hand, hugging and embracing
yes.
that.
I've seen videos
Was
like
what
that.
I was like, yes. And I cried.
Yeah, I
You know,
got
really
teary-eyed
emotional.
for sure about that.
Because that's what I want. That we need. We need that. Like, walk with us, and we want you to walk with us. We. I don't know about a lot of other ethnicities, but I will know Black people are the most embracing of other ethnicities out there.
Yeah.
Because I've seen some Asians and Filipinos.
Absolutely.
They're kind of like looking up and down.
Oh,
you know.
Yes. So I got a lot of Filipino friends, and I'm not throwing you guys no shade, but
no, but
you know who you are.
But when you're
Definitely
heavily
pretentious.
cultured, you know what I mean, and love the traditions, like there's no shade on that. You know, there's a total different respect, and I love that.
Yeah.
You know, where we can't really gain that much respect with each other. Now, I can't speak on Filipino and all them because I see them as really a solid culture, but
they're
there's
great people. I absolutely.
Me too. Oh, I love.
Like,
When I was in high school, those were my only friends I had, and all we did was dance.
No,
okay,
but their beef is more like within the Asian culture side of the house. It's like which is the
yes,
you know,
yes,
like
that's
who's
what I've
the top
seen.
Asian?
Yes, that's what I've seen. It's a
Something
competition with each other.
Yeah, but it's all like. Love.
Yeah.
It's not that I wouldn't call that racism at all.
No,
like,
no, not at all, not at all. Yeah, and that's
like
what
a
I'm
competition
saying.
thing.
Yeah. Now I feel like with my people, and I've touched on this before too, which I don't want to be a broken record, where I'm not Black enough, or I'm not thug enough, or you know, it's been crazy where it's like I'm walking around just a certain way, so I'm not, you know, gangster. I'm like, well, I'm not trying to be gangster.
Yeah,
And I don't know what being black means.
Yeah,
I don't. I'm just me. My name is Will, and that's how I identify myself. If you want to go with like, well, I'm a little darker than him, and I mean, I was in the sun a little longer. I guess.
See, that's
you know?
just it's like it's such a weird way
Jaded.
to look at things.
Yeah.
Like, why are you focusing on that? Like, okay, you're an African American. You're an African American. You're a Caucasian. You're an Asian. Like, whatever. You guys are all, in my opinion, I look at it like you're all American. You're all people. You're all human.
Right.
What is it? What does the color matter? Like, I mean, I've always, I guess I've never, and I'm probably never going to get that answer, but I've always had that question is like, why does the color matter so much to some, well, no, being proud is one thing, but why does it always have to be, you know, like, come to that?
Yeah.
Like black is better, white is better, this and, or like that like, just racism is the stupidest thing to me ever. But maybe that's just the way I look at it. I just wish, like, if there was anything I could take away, it would probably be, like, either cancer or racism or a fucking something like that. You know what I mean? Like,
can we, like, remove that, please? You know, because that kills all of us. And if we all bleed red. Mm-hmm. You know, so it's like if that can be more embraced, then...
We're all on the same ground, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, we're all breathing the same air.
But what I feel like is our millennials and our... young generation are going to be the
Gen Z
ones.
or Gen X, what is it? Something
Not
like
them, but it's going to be. I don't know.
The ones after.
I think I heard Z is right now.
Yeah, Gen Z's right now.
But it's funny. Yeah, I was just talking about that with my friend Ryan, because he was like, "We're Generation Z." I'm like, "Yeah, I think that's the young ones right now."
We're millennials.
Yeah,
yeah.
And I feel like the millennials and our Gen Zs, they're going to be the ones that's going to change what we've been wanting for a long time, because they don't see black and white, they don't see gender, they see all, and they're aggressive because
hard chargers. Like,
they're aggressive. They'll put up a video real quick and they're getting smart because I'm still learning TikTok. So I mean, like they're like quick. They're popcorn, you know, and I hope they learn patience.
You know what? But their love tank is so full, man. Like,
and they're hungry. They're hungry for change. They're hungry for acceptance, and they're hungry for wisdom. Because I've seen these young ones going after the great grandparents for wisdom, where the millennials didn't really embrace that. I was one of the millennials that did, because I love just the chatter and the wisdom that I can gain from my elders. But most millennials, they were the ones like, I'm not going to do what my parent did, period. And although that was traditional, maybe, and that worked then, but that was like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You know, and so then look what happened. You know, and there's some that still carry the roots of how they were raised and, you know, keep it ongoing, and their children are different. But I've seen how parents are too busy trying to be their child's friend. You have to make that thick line, like I am your parent, so you're not gonna talk to me like you talk to your friends. I'm gonna pop you in the mouth.
You know what? Like you touched on a good topic on that, because I think it starts with how you're raised, how how you're brought up. So, not that I understand like the racist side of things, but
that's
if
starting at home.
If they grow up and that's all they know and that's all they see and it's Confederate flag,
you're hearing their parents talking about all the time because we're sponges.
Yeah, of course, they're and then if they're getting told like, blah 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 that how it is, and I could understand that, but that too can change. Everything can change. It can. It's just like
and it will. I want to put it out there. It will, and it is changing. Because if I speak things into existence, that means it is. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying it is changing. There is there's still challenges. We're always going to face challenges. Nothing is perfect. Nothing will ever be perfect because without the flaws, there's no growth. Mm-hmm. So, damn, that was good.
Well,
give me another one, please. Please. Gracias. But no, seriously, like it all starts at home, and I'm just really grateful that to the young kids right now. Mm-hmm. And I encourage them to keep on listening, keep on watching, keep on stomping, because there was a lot of young ones out there protesting.
Yeah.
Because they don't see black and white. They literally see color. Like, they see the colors. They see the rainbow.
Fearless too. Yeah. I look at it like that's just like you, for someone that age, to be that fearless, and still feel so strongly and opinionated about something at that. Like when I was that age, I didn't know my head from my butt. I didn't know what I wanted. I was like, I thought I did, but I'm like, man, I look at these kids now. They're so far ahead of their time.
They really are. They really are.
With my daughters, I hope. Yeah. I'm gonna do my best as a parent. My wife's gonna do the best, but I can only hope that, my daughters are that same way, and like we're just gonna preach love, like that's the root of all humanity. That's what makes the world go round, So.
And and I see I think it's the wall because I feel like 2020 is the boiling point. This is the climax. This is where it has to change. ... Yeah.
Blank.
Seriously, because
there's in the blank.
So much, and it ain't over. Because the year's not even up,
man.
So there's a whole lot more going.
Halfway through the year, and it's like,
here comes the second wave of COVID. Jeez. It ain't over. There's still more shit happening. This is long from over.
COVID apocalypse, right? All kinds of things, man. Like,
and you know what's funny? A lot of this sci-fi folks were like, "Oh yeah, this is just water under the bridge. What y'all tripping? Mm-hmm. Put the mask on, you protect. Now you guys gonna be zombies." And we'll be prepared. We're ready for it. So I'm just like cracking up because like
that's a good topic. We could talk about COVID a little bit too.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we can. Because
we'll get into it.
But on the whole Gen Z, like I'm excited and I hope I live long to see what they're gonna bring.
Absolutely. Yeah,
because they are a little bit of everything.
They're ahead. They are ahead. Like it's far advanced, and that's what's gonna take our generation into the next.
You guys are going to make our dreams come true, and thank you, and keep on doing what you're doing because I really want to encourage. Keep being creative, but do not be so ahead to not listen. Mm-hmm. Like there is a thing called self-examination.
Don't be so stubborn because they're so
you will be knocked over. You see these people up high, leaders and all. This is the problem when you are trying to think you know it all and you're not listening to your people.
Yep.
Because you have to forget how you got there. You would have never got here if your people didn't get you here or if your mama didn't decide to keep you. You cannot forget these things because, yes, there's abortion, so you would have not been here. Or there could have given up to adoption or been left in the street where I've seen some stupid-ass parents leaving them kids in the... Anyway, that's not a topic. But I'm just saying, like, don't be too far ahead. Have vision. Keep that vision. Keep those dreams. And keep on working at them. But... still seek wisdom. Still always not go back and stay back, but always like reevaluate what happened then and how can you change so it doesn't repeat.
Maintain humility.
Yes.
Remember where you came from.
Evil with kindness. There's always going to be evil no matter what till you the day we die.
I know it's not always easy, but...
No, it's not.
It's that discipline that you said earlier. That's what it comes down to. Just remembering who you are, where you came from, and what you have to give.
Yeah. And without struggle, there will be no triumph. So you're going to struggle. That's what builds character. And I love that. And the wall right now that's going on in 2020 is the changing wall, because you're fit right now. We are seeing those that do not want to change pushing against the world that is changing with it. And I'm going to say this, especially while we get to COVID in a moment, is that if you do not change with what's going on, you will get left behind or die. I'm being serious, because I know I'm not saying change who you are, but adapt to your surroundings and stay strong to who you are. If you're going to be stubborn and you don't want to change because, oh, well, my opinion matters, everyone's opinion matters, but keep your opinion at home then. But when you step outside that door, remember, it's not just your opinion anymore. Your opinion counts at home, but when you step out there, remember, there's a lot of opinions too that matter. So it's like, that's when you have to embrace, like, start trying to be more understanding. Start trying to hear other people's stories but your own. Because guess what? You're not the only one that matters out there once you step outside that door. Because if you want to be the only one in your world, in your kingdom, stay the fuck inside. Don't go out.
Oh, yeah.
Now, COVID. Put your mask on. Or stay your ass inside. You want to get mad at these companies who say turn you around. They're trying to look out for you, and you want to be like, well, it's my right. Well, it's your right to stay your ass at home.
So, hold on. Before we get into rights, I will say the whole, like the thing with how you're going to have certain beaches open, but you're not going to have certain churches open. You know what I mean? Like, that's, how are we not going to exercise that right? That is something people are entitled to. So, leisure is more important than religion, I guess, for some people. And whoever is making these decisions, it is so fundamentally different from state to state. I don't know if you've noticed. That's why the rates are so high and so different.
Right.
Some people use it as a crutch because they don't want to go back to work. Some people, they're blowing it, out of proportion. Some people are too scared. It's like, it's a complete catastrophe. It's just complete chaos. It's like, eventually we will get back to, like slowly where we are, but I don't know. People just like, I don't know if they don't have the discipline. They don't have a reason to, but it's like, this is the situation we're in right now. We just have to make the best of it and deal with it. And there's nothing we can really do about it at this point. Like, yes, it sucks. I know you want to go out and party and you want to go out to the club and you want to do all this. Look, you can do that at home. You can sit there and work on yourself, be with your family,
and
work out. I mean, like, read. You can study. There's so many. Like, maybe this is a necessary, what we call in the military, a tactical pause. Maybe this is a really necessary thing for some people that really need it, Like, work on your finances. Right. Work on taking care of your family. Work on networking and relationships with people that you haven't talked to. There's so many good things that can come out of it. It does suck. Don't get me wrong. It's terrible, yes. But the more that we keep resisting it and pushing back, and there keeps being spikes and people keep getting sick, and then, like, given it's not as bad now as what it was or how they made it out to be, but it's still out there and it's still real. So until the people who are in charge make the decision, what have you, then
it's not going to change until people change.
Yeah.
If you don't change that mentality of being so damn selfish, because stop being so dang selfish. Like, be selfless for once. It's not all about you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not all about you. We are all in this together. So if you give a little, or you keep using, hey, I got an extra mask. Here's one for you. I've seen this. People giving each other masks. Like, I got an extra one. It's still in the plastic bag. Let's keep doing stuff like that. Spend some money on those masks because some people are walking out. Just give them one, and you ain't gotta be rude about it. I'm just saying, like, we gotta stop being so damn selfish.
It's no one person's fault.
No, not at all.
A person didn't create COVID, and like, me as someone who loves to be outdoors, loves to be outside, loves to be traveling and going places, it's given me a necessary time to reflect on a lot of things. Like, trust me, no more than the next person, we want this to be over. Like now. Like, we wish we could wake up tomorrow and be done. Some people, they don't want that, or some people don't even realize that. It's like, look at Florida. You know how bad they are right now with what's going on out there. They're back to normal. You see pictures of everybody flooded like it's Mardi Gras, in the clubs, and I'm like, no wonder why there's spikes and people are dying and got sick. I'm like, hey, it's your body, your health.
Right,
but
it's your temple. You do what you want with it, but
it's the people around you too that you could be affecting. And
exactly, and I've seen that. It's kind of ridiculous where I've seen even forgot what his name was. He was really plastered on Instagram in the gay culture where he was at Pride in New York at Fire Island, and he's ramping that he did have COVID, and he thought it was over, but then he had it, and he's like, I don't care, I'm gonna live my best life, and I'm just like, how selfish.
So I'll say this, right? There was six of some of my best friends at my command that I'm at. They all tested positive for COVID. I was in really close contact with them. I had thought this was like 2.5 months back. I was like, okay, I'm for sure gonna get it, right? That or I'm asymptomatic, one of the two. But what I did when I went home, unlike what most people did, is we moved my daughter's stuff out of her room into my wife's room, and I quarantined myself in there basically for like 14 days. Just because my wife's pregnant, I didn't want my daughter to get it. Exactly. I didn't want her to get it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to spread it to anybody.
Again, that's selfless.
And then like, I was negative on it, so I guess I just got lucky or whatever it was. But for those friends of mine that were sick, yeah, they were like, it sucked. It was terrible. But from what they're saying is like they wouldn't ever want to do it again because it's a bad sickness. It's not something like you just have a flu. You have like a flu and then some. Yeah. You go through all these different symptoms. Yeah. Like you think you're getting better and then it comes back. Yeah. But they're like, I wouldn't wish it on anybody, But if you're someone that's in good health, this is my take on it. If you're someone that's in good health, you eat right, your diet is good, you're healthy, whatever. You don't really struggle with anything medically. You should be able to carry on for the most part in life and do what you got to do with restraint. Now that's the gray areas with restraint, because people will like take advantage of that. Now if you're someone that has like diabetes, asthma, compromised system, then you're what I would consider to be like the compromised immune system. Someone that has to like, okay, you're the at risk people. Yeah. But and then same for children or pregnant mothers and things like that, because there's been moms that have lost babies because of it, or the baby comes out with problems and whatnot. So I wouldn't wish that on anyone or my family or anything. So it's take the necessary precautions, wear your mask. I know it sucks, but I mean, do what you got to do your part. Like eventually maybe this is the new normal where we'll have to wear a mask all the time, like it's freaking I mean, I'd rather do that than knowing that I'm gonna be safe. Yeah, but just do your part, you know what I mean? Because that's how we're gonna
conquer this.
We're gonna make that curve go down eventually like that. So I mean, at some point life has to go on, and I think we're kind of navigating this. I don't think we have any plan. We're just kind of going foot by foot as we know, and just kind of developing it. Yeah. And reacting to things as they come, but doing what we think is best, even though it's like it may not fit what everybody wants it to be, but I mean, who's to say, who can ultimately decide? So,
and my thing is also to add on top of that, guys, you're not the only one going there. We are all going out this together. We want the freedom to. We want to go out there and just be living free. So trust me, I don't want you to think you're the only one.
The party life and festival life when the vaccine is discovered is going to be lit. I'm just saying. Right. That's the wait right now.
Yeah. So it's like, don't think you're the only one. Like, I just can't. We can't deal with it. I want to be out there too. Yeah. But like, you got to take precautions. Like, one thing that I do a lot is like, I kind of quarantine myself. If I've been out with my friends and I try to keep it at a low number, and I'm really like trying to say like and I'm like I'm always carrying sanitization on me all the time, and I'm just like I'm just doing it up, but like I kind of almost quarantine myself at home. I stay home for a good week, try not to go anywhere. If I go anywhere, it's with one person and we're inside somewhere, like at my friend's house. We watching a TV show or come over or whatever, and then I'm like, and I'm a disinfecting queen or king, whatever you want to call me. Yeah, but like I just love all the time. Like even I had some podcasters using my stuff, and I was disinfecting my table. Yep. I was like, I want you guys to feel comfortable, like you're safe here. Be disinfected. Right? I'm like, you're good. Shh, get it some. Like, why does it smell like that? Like, oh, it's disinfecting the air. That's what's happening right now. So I'm all for it, because I was raised by some family where you wash your hands before you open the refrigerator. Okay, so it was like I've been raised around that, and if not, popped. So. Yeah. It's grounded.
If you don't remember the last time you washed your hands, wash your hands. Simple note.
I sure hope you do remember. Hopefully. Did you go to the bathroom like 10 minutes ago? I sure hope you wash your hands. Nasty little. But but yeah, COVID.
Moving on.
Next. Okay, so.
So I was thinking sexual assault and the gay LGBTQ, everything that's going on with that right now, maybe.
Well, right now.
I mean, you decide. I'm throwing things out there. So.
Well, you said the sexual assault with the.
So like what happened with Vanessa Guillen? Rest in peace.
Yes, that was effed up, and I've seen a lot of controversies dealing with that too, where people were making it is a big deal, but people were making a big deal where they started trying to compare it with the whole George Floyd. There is no comparison. It's two different things.
Two completely different things.
So they're making noise like, why is she not getting this? This is and I'm not saying one's more important than the other. I'm just saying this is two different things that are going on.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that's common is abusing your right of where you stand. Mm-hmm. That's the common thread here.
Yep, that's
abusing
well said.
Your what you have on, you're abusing it. The George Floyd people, they were abusing their uniform. Same thing here. He's a man, and taking advantage not only with her but a few others. Doing the same thing. So this is effed up.
Like I had said before, that people slip through the cracks. I mean, there you go. And that one person can make all of them look bad. And being a military member myself, active duty, I can speak that is that's a huge problem in the military. Not so much now as it was back then, but it's how it happens now was like behind the scenes. People don't know about it. They get abused and then they try to report it up and nothing gets done about it. But I can tell you now, because of things like this, the stuff that's coming down the pipe is like they're not messing around. If anything, the females have more rights or more power now over the situation because more people are coming forward and they're realizing like it's not just one thing, it's not just two, it's thousands of this has happened to people over the last decade. Yeah, and it's something that I don't stand for. Everyone I know doesn't stand for it, but it's still out there and it still happens. And it's wrong.
It is completely wrong.
Completely wrong on so many levels. That it's similar to a racism aspect in the sense that like
I was gonna say that with
like how you said with the and the power abuse.
Yeah.
And the equality side of it.
Because I feel like women are not even seen as equal either. I don't care what color you are. I mean, Karen's okay. But still, you are going through a whole lot too. Let's just be honest. You got your husband, and he has more power over you.
But in the military now, I will, and then this I can speak because I see it every day. Women are held to that level in the military.
A high level, right?
Like if not higher, but like the equality is it literally does not matter what your skin color is, what your ethnicity is, if you're your orientation, your male, female, whatever. You're accepted because we know that like you're there with us. You've been through the same things, and we can count on you. And it still happens, but like I had said, I don't know if it's that they're just scared to report it or they report it and things don't get done about it. Because what happened with PFC Vanessa Guillen, it's sad. There's so many things wrong with that situation if you look into it, like the whole investigation thing and why she went in there on an off day and like, who this guy was and how he ended up killing himself after the fact and like
coward,
wrong on so many levels. So I just wanted to touch on that really quick and say rest in peace to her and everyone that that's in the military, that's a female. Know that you do have a voice and you can speak. Don't be afraid. Like talk to your friend or talk to your chaplain or someone like. If anyone does watch that and they are struggling with something, get help, please. Because
please
there are people out there that want to help you and will fight for you.
Yeah. Because right now is the time to do it. I mean, come forward now. I mean, every single one of you who has been either raped
and they're
or
starting to
going
now.
Good.
Yeah.
Like this is the year of really speaking up. I've seen a lot of stuff going on this year, and there's been some challenges, but it had to come to this year for these changes to happen. We finally hit a wall. And even me personally, in my personal life, I hit a wall and it finally is down. So what I'm saying, like this year is a wall that's being broken down. The wall of Jericho is coming down. And so everybody, y'all need to keep up because don't be silent. Silent kills. Okay? Yes. Silence kills.
Your voice needs to be heard because there's probably people out there going through the same thing that you're going through that you could probably help save their life and you don't even know that, There's people that kill themselves every day for things like this. Don't be another statistic.
Yeah.
Help.
Please speak up. Your voice means so much to someone else who doesn't know how to speak.
Yes.
You know, and that's why I create this Talk About It show, because I want your story to be heard. If you are someone who is struggling with this, but you have conquered it too, and you have spoke out, hit me up, please, because I would love to share your story. And if you don't want to be seen, we don't have to have you be seen. You know, because
We'll go to war for you.
Yes,
Come on.
no, seriously, seriously.
Out, so.
If I could use my platform to bless and help and encourage everybody out there to stand up, let's do it, because that wall's coming down. And I need you to believe that. And it only takes a little bit of us to keep speaking. And there are going to be people who sound dumb. It's the facts of life. There are people who are going to react angry. There are people going to react angry. They're going to say some stupid stuff. It's going to happen. But they have a voice. Okay? You may not understand their language. Yeah. That's all right. But they have a voice. And that's the best part. I don't care.
Doing something is better than doing nothing at all. So have the courage to do it, because yes, you're going to meet resistance along the way, but you're also going to have people that are going to support you and believe in your cause. You're not the only one. You may feel like you are, but just know it's meant to be hard. It's meant to struggle, but you will prevail. You just got to believe in yourself, and then, help those along the way that you can help.
Support, please support.
That's what it's
support
about.
your circles.
Yes.
And support them, because some, again, need someone to speak for them. And y'all know, my friends and everything, I don't mind speaking for y'all. But I just want to encourage everybody to do so. Keep speaking. Don't be scared, because fear is going to keep you silent. Yep. And I'd rather die speaking than die not speaking.
So there's a saying with that. I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. You know what I mean?
There we go.
There we go. Say what you need to say, basically.
Yeah. So. And I encourage that. Some good stuff.
Unitas right there.
This is called hashtag Hot Topics today, okay? So this is going to be a Hot Topics today.
Yes. That's good. One more? We got time for one more.
Let's see.
One more topic.
We were talking about the transsexual, well, not, but the fact, again, people are people.
Yes.
There's no black and white. There is no boxes, and I've said this on one of my other episodes from last season, boxes and names.
We could talk about the election after this, too. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yes, no.
I know you had said that before.
Yeah.
The whole political debate. Stay out of
don't
that,
forget to vote. But even if some people are, for the first time ever in history, trying to push things off because they think it's corrupt, vote. And don't make us protest about that either. Okay, am I right, people? If we gotta protest about voting, let's do it! But anyway,
every time.
I'll be out there too. With my podcasting and camera. But as I was saying about the just the support within our own community, and people who have, they've transformed into something else rather than what they were born with. They're still a person at the end of the day. They still bleed red. Mm-hmm. And just because you don't understand it doesn't mean you need to go and attack it. I mean, are you going to go attack that dog?
That's that person's right. I mean, you decide what color shirt and shoes and pants you want to wear, right? So
exactly.
I mean, why should you have anything to say about someone's sexual orientation? If that's honestly that's what they feel in their soul and heart, why does it affect you so much?
Right.
Why should something like that bother you? And
look the other
life?
Way down.
How does that decision? I want a logical answer from someone to understand why. Because you don't agree with it. Well, it's not you.
Exactly. It's not your
life.
Let
that person do them. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Why? Because it feels grotesque to you or abnormal. Okay, everybody's normal is different. This is what is going to make this person happy. This person is probably miserable, suffering, depressed, not, comfortable in their own skin. Let them make a decision to feel better about themselves. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
So
it's not letting people be victims to your struggles. You're struggling to be comfortable in your skin.
Exactly. Just because you're, frustrated
and you're mad,
angry,
and a lot of it
yourself,
is
don't take it out on someone else.
A lot of it is that.
Yeah.
A lot of I see it a lot. Even when it's racism, discrimination, with that, it's because people cannot sit with themselves, and they're mad and they're jealous that this person who made a big decision about, this is me, this is who I am, and
you said it, that this is me. You know what I mean? That's them.
Be proud that they did a further step than you did. We're not saying you have to change or transform, but be comfortable in your own skin. If someone else is changing to be comfortable in their own skin, that is their business. How does that affect you? Does that affect your bills? Does it affect your light bill? Does it affect your internet? Does it affect your breathing? No. So I'm like, then why are you upset about it? I mean, if you're gonna say something, go say something on your Facebook because you got your right to do so. Just like
That's
I
why
do.
I deleted my Facebook because I don't like seeing people vent their opinions and egos about things. I'm like, I have so many better things I can spend my time looking at than this negativity. Like, just out with it. People that need to contact me can contact me. I was like, Facebook, you're gone because all I see. I'm tired of blocking people or saying I don't want to see this or deleting.
Right.
No, get out.
Right. It's so sad, man, because social media has become a platform for hate, but it's also become a platform for healing. Yes. And that's what's going on now. I'm just happy to see it. I mean, there's always going to be those negatives. I mean, there's no positive without a negative. I mean,
well, like Instagram is selective, right? So you can choose what you want to see, like who you follow.
Very true.
And who follows you. So that's why I'm like, okay, I'm cool with this. But
yeah,
Facebook is just a bunch of like keyboard warriors out there, just like.
I've noticed. I've seen a lot of complaining.
That's not
going on in the world, and complaining doesn't do anything. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't help nobody. It just makes the situation keep going. You need a vent or something, go see a
therapist or talk to your friend.
Please do. Don't call me.
Or me.
I mean, if you're trying to
if you need help,
transition and evolve from that situation, let's talk about it. Let's get on here and let's talk about it. Yes. But if you want to keep reliving a certain pain,
negativity, find a different way to release that.
Yeah.
Go for a run or something. You know what I mean? Like.
Work out, listen weights.
I don't know. There's different ways to release negativity. Go hit a punching bag. Like.
That's true. That's
sitting there trying to, like, dump your negativity off on somebody else is only gonna affect them in a negative way. Yeah. In my opinion, unless that person is able to have that filter. We don't need that.
Stop letting fear destroy you and the people around you because it's a fear of not understanding others. You don't understand their color. You don't understand their choice of sex. You don't understand their gender. Yep. Well, guess what? It's not your life. You are in control of your life. You're not in control of anybody else's life. You're not even in control of your own children's life because they grow up and they become who they're meant to be. And us, we can all say that. I gave you food and this and that, but you don't want to be your child's burden. Mm-hmm. You don't, because then you're stealing their life away because you're selfish. So don't. If your parent did that to you, don't do that to your child. Don't keep the trail keep going. Let it go. Forgive. You can't forget because it's meant to stay there in your mind so you can remember to why you made the adjustment in your life. Yes. So that's why we don't forget. We're not God, so we can't forget, but we can forgive. And we can work up to making those become lessons and make us greater. And not greater than anyone else, greater than who you were yesterday. And that should always be your goal, is to strive to become better than you were. So start opening yourself up. And if you don't want to, that's fine. Stay inside. Because you don't want to be not extroverted. You don't want to be open-minded, so stay closed-minded inside. Okay? Keep that door closed. Mm-hmm. Lock yourself up. Quarantine yourself. And stay in your house. Because you're not pleasant in your own mirror, that means you're not pleasant outside in public. I'm just saying. I'm just being honest.
If you don't... Yeah, that's good. If you don't like looking at yourself in the mirror and you don't like your reflection... Other people probably are going to feel the same way, or they're going to pick up on that.
They're going to feel threatened.
Or you're going to want to take that out on other people. So fix the issues with yourself first.
And we all have issues, and we're going to always have issues, but you got to heal them. You got to handle them and stop running from them. Like, deal with it.
Yes, that's good.
Deal with it.
Face your problems.
Right, head on. And don't punish people for the issues that you've been going through. Election. Let me hear you.
What, my opinion?
Election. Like, so first of all, vote. Please vote. I really wish there was a woman running because I feel like that would have been the next step. Because like my vision at the time was like Obama. We needed to see that. It was amazing. Everyone has their thoughts and things that happen. That's cool. And then next to me, I thought would have been Hillary, obviously. Mm-hmm. And then after that, honestly, guys, I saw a gay person. Like, that would have been next. Dude. Like, I see, like, okay, a woman, then a gay person.
Pete Buttigieg, were you following him or anything?
I didn't follow him, but I remember hearing about him him. And
yes, that would have been ideal.
that's what. Yeah. And then what happened? He
backed out. I mean, I'm sure he'll come back at some point, but
that'd be nice.
I mean,
like now.
no, he.
I'm like now.
I strongly felt like that's definitely what we needed right there. But,
yeah. But of course, people who are afraid of change, and because of that, this is what happened.
Yeah.
I'm not blaming one person. I'm blaming us for allowing it to happen.
Yes.
I'm not saying everything is
Like,
bad. Everything is good. Just
why is this? So like with the last election, I have reasons as to why I was absolutely not gonna vote for Hillary, and why I absolutely was not gonna vote for Trump.
Yeah.
Those reasons are the same now for this election, but just the fact that like last election and this election, this is what it is, what it's came down to. I mean, you have, which I'm probably gonna vote, in my opinion, vote third party or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, because I don't feel confident in Joe Biden, and then there's a lot of things about Trump that, given he does do some things that are good, but it's the way he goes about it is like, you know, like there needs to be more of a restraint or something. It's like it's not working out because it's causing kind of more turmoil and stuff. So I mean, personally, I'm staying out of that whole political debate, but I mean, I can't vote for Joe Biden personally because, I mean, the dude has dementia. He doesn't really remember what he said last press conference. His health and mental is declining rapidly, and then I mean, with Trump, given his track record these last few years, it's like he's done some things wrong, but there's more things that have been a mess and a shit show than has been right.
And I feel like we really backtracked a lot.
I mean,
a lot. I mean, I know it's scary. Probably nobody wants to run because they got a big ass mess to clean. Yeah, and that's what Obama was doing too. A lot of his time was cleaning up.
Yeah,
and remember,
I just don't
you're
know
not
how
up
these
there
next
running.
4 years are gonna be, because it's like it's
gonna be a lot of cleanup. That's for sure. A lot of cleanup, and I'm gonna pray for whoever is up there, because
I just hope that like if Biden wins, that his team is there enough to like hold it down, because confidence wise, I don't have it in him, and neither of them really. I mean, I'm more worried about like voting on the levels below, you know, like the Senate and this and that, so those can help affect that change. But I don't know, it's a mess. Politics is a mess right now. It's a scary time.
And one thing that I've been working with people who are very political is because I want to educate myself. I'm not a political person, and I know that's probably the worst thing to say out there live, but it's not because I'm not opinionated or so opinionated. It's the fact that I want to educate myself more. I want to educate myself more on understanding the politics of everything, because I don't want to speak on something where I don't understand. And let that be an encouragement to all of y'all who don't understand anything in people's lives and how they live. Don't speak on it. Shut up. So that's why, like, I can only speak on opinions pertaining to me and my lifestyle and how I'm living and the people that I know and the things that I may have experienced or heard. I can speak on that because I understand it more, and I'm a little educated in those fields. But as when it comes to political, I'm not going to touch on it. I'll touch a little bit like, well, I think this and that, but you'll know I'm not going to go all in depth. I can only go by experiences of what I've experienced in certain things. So that's why I don't talk about politics. But this season, you will see some political stuff going on, because there's a guest I know who is very political.
It's election time, you know. So
yes, and so we need to talk about it. We need to talk about it. We need to educate ourselves.
Opinions do matter, I think, for this.
They do.
And
they
why
do.
People, but I do, like, because I don't know enough about politics to really speak on it, but when someone says they feel strongly about a certain person or this and that, I like to question them as to why. Like,
yes, elaborate.
Why do you feel that way? Because now if someone says, you know, like, I have friends that voted for Trump, but they're not bad people, but they have reasons. I'm like, okay, I can see your side of things.
Yeah.
But are they happy with him at this current day? No. You know what I mean? But I can definitely see why they voted for him. And it's not like they're bad people because they, like, yes, you have those people that are out there that are blowing Trump up to be the root of all evil, right? I'm like, stop making that guy the root of all evil for your problems. Like, yes, he's a factor, but he's not the one that's like, I feel like that is like causing all this. You know, it's the people that are getting whatever they are getting from him. It's turning into that. So that's why I say I don't feel like he's right for us, because he's that factor in it, but he's not the sole proprietor. Basically.
He's just an example of us.
It's just, I mean,
because
the system is terrible
this is when you put your faith in one person and not
you want to hold someone
work.
accountable.
Yeah. It's like because we all want to point the finger at somebody, and that's what's been going on. And he did that when he got in, blaming Obama for a whole lot of stuff. And it's like, stop pointing the finger at people. Like, if you're gonna change something, change it, which he did. And
I wish
you're looking at it.
Like Obama was.
He was like deuces, because he's the only president wanted for a third term. Yes. You know, like it's like he's like Michelle's like, are we leaving or what? Because we are not gonna be here, because we would have killed him, and not like killed him like murdered or assassinated.
Oh yeah, like
he would have died from the stress.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he was cool. I love me some Obama. Like, cause like. I've heard a lot of controversy where people are like, well, he's just too always up there with the people. And I'm like, wait, hold up. So you don't want a people's president? You don't want someone who actually can talk to you? We still had respect for him. He still was our leader. He still listened.
Given like there was areas that he wasn't the best at, that he fell short on.
No one's perfect.
You know, like exactly, no one's perfect. At least he tried.
Yeah.
And he did care, and he, you know.
I mean,
like,
and
you only have so much power. That's what people don't realize.
Yeah.
Is the president isn't the
exactly
almighty that can like.
But they think that.
Yeah.
Like I can't say they. I'm part of the we. We think that this person can change everything, but change does not happen overnight.
We've seen people say that, and then it's like, how long does their policy or whatever that they try to implement?
Takes a long time.
Till like 4 or 8 years when they're already out of it. And then someone comes in and it's like, I don't like this. Let's do this. So how's anything ever gonna, you know?
You're not in the president's shoes, so you don't understand it, number one, okay? And so I'm just saying, you gotta really, you can't put your faith in a man, period. But you got them there. So, I mean, you can't be mad at it. And now that they are here, are you gonna support them? You need to make sure that they listen to you. You got to make sure that they're hearing you. I think that is where we need to focus and make sure whoever we get in, they need to listen to us, and we need to make sure they're listening to us. We need to stand up and stop being quiet and be like, now that you're president.
Stop being a yes man, because like they say everything to a lot of people that sounds good, and people just, it's like fish, they just bite on the hook.
Yeah.
Oh, they like, it's like music to your ears, you know what I mean? Like, filter out all that, and actually, like, if you really do care about politics like that, investigate and research and do all that. You know, I'm not saying I do that because I put my time on other things, but for those people that are really opinionated about that, do your research first to know why you feel strongly about that and why you're supporting that movement or this movement or what have you. I mean,
right. Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
I think we just really gotta stop expecting that things are gonna change overnight. We need to realize that Rome was not built overnight. It took a while.
Yeah.
A statue's not going to be built overnight. It's going to take a while. So know those facts and realize that it takes time to evolve, to adjust, to triumph, to conquer. It takes time. And we can't just be sitting back and thinking that the work's going to get done if we're not changing ourselves or getting things done too. Because we all live here. So are you doing your part in encouraging your citizens to maybe evolve, adapt, change with what's going on? Because like I said, if you don't change with it, what's going on, I'm not saying not change who you are, but start adapting to what's going on, to the new normal now, you're going to get left behind or you're going to die.
Don't let one person or the president be the end all be all. You know, like just because we have a certain person in president doesn't mean that you can affect change on your level. Yes. And do your part as an American. Like, don't use that as a crutch. Like, oh, well, you know, because of this. No, like, that's the thing about where we live is you can do that. You know, those were good.
We did a good run-in for this whole episode today.
Definitely,
I mean,
that was a solid part 2. That was a solid part 2. Now stay tuned for part 3 because that's who knows. Who knows what's gonna happen?
Are y'all ready for that? Shit. All right, guys. Well, I think we're coming to a close. Did you want to add anything else?
No, just stay positive. I know COVID sucks. Do your part. Be
mindful.
Affect change on your level. Yeah, be mindful and do your part to be the best version of yourself that you can be every day, and try to inspire others and help them along the way. That's what. And remember, it's all about love. That's what it comes down to. So.
Yes, there's so much we can win with love.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, if you love yourself, then you're gonna do great out there.
I can say that since I've like opened myself up to that whole, being against love, but since I've opened myself up to love, oh my God, the journey and path that it's taken me on without even knowing it is like, I couldn't have asked for anything else,
Yes. So, guys, please, I encourage you guys to stay open-minded and continue to love on yourself, but love yourself and also share that love to others. And because you don't know what you are capable of and how you affect people. A simple smile, a genuine smile can save someone's life.
Yes.
Because what if that person was and I know we got masks on, so we really can't see it, but
Smile
just
your
like
eyes.
wink or something like that, and don't try to be nasty with it. Just, just be like,
Oh, shit.
Give
them a double wink.
Or do this,
Yeah.
hey, we got sign language now, so we also start learning it.
Give them the
Yeah,
elbow,
like, hey, what's up? What's up? Just to encourage our people, because a lot of us are giving up.
Yeah.
A lot of us are giving up. And so I want to keep on encouraging all of us that your life matters and that you are someone, and let's become more united. All right? All right, so love y'all. Thank you so much for your listening and watching. And until next time, we're out. And that completes today's Talk About It Tuesday episode on Nacho's Cafe. Thank you so much for listening. And remember, when you run into a mental wall of personal perspective,